Hey there, good morning. So I did a video on Polycam and the new iPad with LiDAR, and a couple of people have reached out and asked for sample footage of that, of some scans. And so I thought it might be nice to do a video and provide a link to download different formats of some of the scans that I do here. So I'm going to do one outside on this porch. Just scan this and scan some of the ground around this location, and possibly like a tree, so I can pinpoint where that tree is, and some other like topo type stuff. And then I'll have a link to be able to download this footage and see what this kind of output creates. So I'm going to turn on screen recording. And we'll open up the Polycam app, and it likes to be vertical, so I'm just going to start recording here. Okay, so I have this first scan. Done, so I'm going to actually add to the scan before I do any processing. I'm going to start to scan the space again and go into this next room here. Second and the first scan kind of combined here. So now I'm going to go scan some of this more of this outdoor space here. So I want to add a third scan to this. So now you can see I've got a lot of the topo scanned around here. It looks like I picked up the tree. So I'm just going to fill in some of this area that didn't get scanned with another fourth scan here. Alright, so I got a big portion of the front scanned with about 4 different scans. So I'm going to process this. It says it's going to take about 33 seconds. Then after this, we'll do a an interior scan, see what that is. You know, this is the light is really even out here. There's not much, not many bright areas. So I'd be interested to see how this picks up when it's like extremely bright outside. Probably better to do it on an overcast day. So you can see the scan picked up pretty well. It's got all the parts and pieces. There are some little missing areas right there, but nothing major. So I'm going to scan an interior space now. So we'll have two different options you can download, interior and exterior. All right, so now we're inside and I've still got the app open. I'm just going to create a new scan by pressing the plus symbol, and I'm going to start scanning these stairs. I thought it would be good to scan a stair area to show you how it captures vertical spaces. So I'm just going to go up the stair. So here we go. We got the stair. It looks like it picked it up really well. It's got a lot of detail to it. So I'm going to process this, and I did the HD process this time instead of the standard. It says 28 seconds. So small interior space like this, I could have added on and continued to go to other rooms and areas, but just keep it simple for this. And also got a bunch of junk around the house. Haven't cleaned up very much. So processing. It's pretty fast. I usually don't process until either I'm talking to the client after I've scanned everything and I can just kind of process some things while we're talking, or when I get back to the car before I leave, I will process several of the very important areas just to make sure that it went through properly. And you can see the scan actually looks really good, captured the stairs and the height of everything really well, give you a really good as-built to work on. So what I'll do is export these, and we'll take it into the computer and I'll show you where you can download these files. All right, so one of the best ways to export, or the way to export, is to go up to this arrow, and you can see all these different formats. I think most people are interested in the DAE and the XYZ format. I'm just going to go through and export each one of these formats and basically label them so that you know what which ones are what. I'm not sure how the share in iMessage is going to export, but I'll just go through these and catch you up when I take these into the computer. All right, so here we are in the folder. I'm going to create a new folder here, and I want to basically, I'm going to upload all these to a link, but I'm going to download the DAE Poly and also the DAE floor plan. I'll show you the difference between these two. So select this one and I'll download it, and then I'll get this one and download it. So I just sent these to my iCloud account, put them in an individual folder, and we'll take this and drag it into this new folder here, and then we'll take the zip file, which is the actual like mesh, textured mesh, and we'll put that in there as well. All right, so now we will open up SketchUp. Okay, so we'll delete SketchUp girl and we'll do File, import, and the first thing I'm going to import is the interior, and we're going to choose DAE file, and this is the floor plan file. So we'll do options. Okay, so import this, and we'll just put it right there on the origin. And this one is supposed to have like automatic wall detection, so you can see it didn't draw all these stairs in, but it has located the walls in plan. So I'm going to go to export or extract this to here. So now we've got this plan right here. So we will import that one, file, import, and this guy here. And what would be interesting is if I put this right on top, if you put both in the origin, where do these two line up? And because it's created from the same mesh, you can see that these walls have been like interpolated based on, I guess, the reading that the mesh is creating. So you can see that it's got all the floor stuff. I'm going to change my camera view. Let's see. To a little wider perspective here. So you can see I've got the railing location in here, the wall, the stair. It picked up the handrail where that is, and it just put a solid vertical wall basically where this railing was here. So it didn't like interpolate what is half wall versus what is a full wall, and it actually didn't draw this wall at all. So you don't want to completely rely on the floor plan option, but you can see that it does give you like a basis for clean wall locations. So this is the little light fixture I had hanging in the ceiling. So you can see how detailed this mesh is. I'm going to go to, if your computer's dragging a little bit because of all the polygons here, just go to this styles and turn off the edges and profiles, and now you'll be able to move around probably a lot smoother than you were previously. So you can see on some of this it's got a little confusion on the height of this flat surface on top, but nothing we can't work around or manage with. So I'm going to snap let's see, I'm going to put a section plane and place it on this right here. So now we can quickly get a stair section of what that whole setup system, this stair is like. So let's see if we can add another. All right, so now we've got basically a stair section cutting through one side. And if we activate this one, we got the other side. So you can see how this would help you with determining floor heights and all that kind of stuff. So let's take this actually and see if we can get a measurement. The way I would normally do this, just to do it quick, is I would create a box like this, and then I would just extrude this box up until it hits the mesh. Just snap to that, and then you can come in and easily measure how tall this box is. It's 3.1 meters. So if you're in the US, you probably don't want that. But the cool thing about SketchUp is that it goes fluidly between imperial and metric. So you just change the units and nothing else has to be scaled or anything. So that's 10 feet 2. So 10 foot 2 is the ceiling height, or the floor to floor. So yeah, hope that's helpful for interior. Now let's look at the exterior model. So I'm going to delete this, delete all this stuff, and we will bring in file, import. We'll go to the exterior. I'll bring in this floor plan file first, so we'll import that. Snap it to the origin point. Now you can see this is interesting because this alone really doesn't give you much information, right? You can't really tell what the advantage of having this would be. But when we do, first we got to extract it. Unzip that to here. And I'm hoping that they come out with a way to name these a little bit differently. Maybe you can group them, things like that. I know when you export, you can change the name, and it'll rename this file based on the scan name. But it would be cool if it like added a sequence number or something like that, so that you're not overlapping scans. So we'll do import, and we'll bring in the exterior DAE, import that. And the advantage of importing and placing on the origin point is that it lines up with all your other exported scans. So we'll just make sure that hits the origin point there, and it'll tell you. All right, so now we've got our exterior scan, and there is a slope like this, and there is a huge divot from the gutter that spits out water and erodes this area, which has always bothered me. You can see my tree here, and I could actually measure the distance from the sidewalk to the tree. So let's see if I can successfully do this. We'll go here, and we'll go to the sidewalk right here. 8'9" is what I'm measuring, that distance. You can see it locate, you got your window and your walls here. It's kind of like pieced them together, giving you some dimensions and things. So these two files, or all these files, indoor and exterior, will be in the link where you can download, add the link below. So if you're interested in seeing what the output file looks like from a scan like this, then I suggest click on the link and go over there and download this. So you can see we got some issue right here, but it's probably just like a shift in this. Actually, if you were to like use this room and then use this room, this would clean itself up when you start to create your actual as-built stuff. So thanks, and let me know what you think.